What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're going to check out Sleep is Cancelled. 5 scary videos, truly, I'm sorry, from truly haunted places. Now, I've been to many locations, especially up on the East Coast, North, Rhode Island, Connecticut, been to PA, Massachusetts, been even down south over here, Savannah, Georgia. Man, a lot of places. So I am very interested to know what are some haunted places. Sleep is canceled is saying that it's truly haunted because everywhere I went, it's been truly haunted. So let's go.
Number 5. Ouija? Never again. This video was filmed by a group of friends who didn't exactly believe in the paranormal. But during a late-night hangout, they decided to spice things up with some spirit callings. Little did they know that they were about to invite something into their home that had no intention of ever leaving. They couldn't find the Ouija board, so they settled for the Portuguese paranormal game, O Jogo do Copo, or the glass game. After all, what could possibly go wrong, right? Well, instead of spicy, their night was about to turn pretty sour. Let's watch.
Hey, we ziet dat in.
Jij staat niet. Hier waren het goed.
Je ziet dat.
Bieren? Wat was een bieren? Bieren, bier?
Nee, precies.
Ik zie me niet. Wie zegt een BTM oder was?
Nee.
Hä?
Hey, wer ist das?
Was ist denn jetzt los? Anja,
Ich zie nicht, ich schwöre schon, ich hab Angst. Du hast dich schon! Nur weil sie jetzt noch weiter gedreht und halt gesehen!
was ist jetzt los? Alter!
The smiles quickly faded, replaced by nervous glances and that sinking, "What have we done?" expression. One by one, they began pulling their fingers away. The woman was the first to back out, saying she felt an icy chill run down her spine, and it didn't take long for the others to catch on. That icy chill is a classic sign people report when a spiritual presence is manifesting. Paranormal experts warn against paranormal games all the time, whether it's a store-bought Ouija board or a homemade game. The principle is the same. You're opening a portal without knowing who or what is on the other side. It's like making a random phone call to the spirit world. You might get a friendly relative or the supernatural equivalent of a very angry wrong number. Skeptics might bang on about the idiometer effect, the theory that players are moving the glass themselves through tiny, unconscious muscle movements. But how would that explain the glass flying off the table? Did they end up making a random call to the other side and get a chilling response from something that wanted to play? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 4.
Okay. So there are other ways to spice up the night between friends, right? I'm just saying. But I say this time and time again, especially when I react to Ouija board sessions called on tape. I believe I even have a playlist on it. Don't do it, you guys. Don't do it. There are other ways of communication, and a Ouija board is not even my top 5. Like, not even within, like, no. Unfortunately, when you use the Ouija board, yes, it's a freaking game. If you look up, like, I think it's made by a toy company, and it's what you are, like, ages 6, ages 8 and up, or 10 and up, or something like this. So it is a toy, But the fact is that depending on your intentions and how you use it, you are actually, I mean, you're opening up a door. There's no other way. Sleep is canceled, said it best. You might want to try and communicate with somebody that you know, but you don't know who's coming through. In this case, I don't think anybody was trying to communicate with anybody that they know because they were, it was, going along with the story. They were all trying to, spice up the night. And yeah, that definitely did it. Not the way I would have liked to spice up the night, but definitely did it. And the fact of the matter is, could have this been orchestrated? Of course. Of course. All of that stuff could be done, even with the glass flying out, could have been done with a string, somebody yanking it off camera. And, all of this could have been orchestrated. But according to the story, I actually like the video. So let's continue.
Oh, sold soul. On the 4th of September 2025, these paranormal investigators decided to explore an old abandoned mansion. A place with a horrifying legend of a demonic jinn that locals say hunts the villagers' children.
International.
They went in looking for proof, hoping to see if the legend was true. But they were about to find out the hard way that this legend might not just be a made-up story. Here's how it all started.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 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 Tilay tam atmış yanıma. Açayım mı kapıyı?
Evin dışına mı çıkıyoruz?
Dışına çıkıyor, evin dışına çıkıyor. Allah! Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oğlum!
Bakalım Şahin ya.
Bakacaksın tabii oğlum. Yavaş yavaş git. Allah! Bismillah.
Destur Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Oğlum Mesut bak hep sana oluyor ha. Sen gittiğinde direkt
Aynen,
var ya.
aynen.
Yemin ediyorum sana bir şey oluyor ha. Ben anlayamadım ha.
Destur Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Ne yapıyorsun oğlum?
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just paying attention to what is this contraption over here. I'm not saying that is the reason why the door is popping open, but I can't, this is an old mansion. Yet this seems like a pretty modern design over here. And if this guy moves out, it just ends right there. Could this be like light bulbs? I don't know.
Sınav uğradım ne toz var be.
Sorry to pause it again, but PSA, you guys, for anyone who is interested in, especially, going out, doing the urbex, the urban exploration, going into abandoned locations, it doesn't matter what location you go to, always be safe and wear a mask. These guys sounds like they're breathing in some bad juju and they're coughing left and right. Everywhere I go, I wear a mask and it's just, safety, guys, safety.
Oğlum her yerden ses geliyor Mesut, her yerden.
As they pushed deeper into the mansion, a door at the end of the hall violently slammed shut right in front of them. The obvious explanation would be the wind, but the investigators confirmed the night was completely still. They burst into the room, only to find it was totally empty. That was the entity's first warning shot, a clear sign that the investigators had seriously outstayed their welcome.
Selamun aleyküm. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ne oldu lan?
Bir şey düştü de. Destur bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Beşik mi lan? Oğlum bu beşik burada mıydı?
Vallahi bilmiyorum.
There are just some people that shouldn't be doing this.
Destur bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Destur bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Nasıl hatırlamıyorum Mesut?
Shortly after barely making it out of that room with their hearts still in their mouths, they begin to hear footsteps echoing overhead. And as they go to check it out, something throws an object at them. Things were beginning to become more dangerous, with objects being hurled. If the guy had stuck his head out a little more, he might have caught this one in the face. Apparently, whatever lurks in those shadows wanted to be left alone. But our guys are busy sticking their noses into its business. Then they decided to go into the deepest, darkest parts. But before they could even leave that part of the mansion, another warning shot was fired. And this time, it was too hard to ignore. Take a look.
Zaten etraftan ses gelip duruyor, çatıda biri yürüyor gibi. Allah! Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yukarıya bak, yukarıya. Yukarıya bak. Oğlum az kalsın üstüme düşüyordu ya. Destur bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Destur bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Gel Mesut gel. Allah! Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Yürü. Yürü.
That object that comes crashing down from the ceiling is a cradle. And what makes this so much creepier is that this isn't the first time they've seen it during the investigation. Earlier, they had found this exact same cradle mysteriously thrown into another room. But when they came back to get another look, it had completely vanished. This is a textbook example of what paranormal investigators call an appor, one of the rarest and most baffling phenomena, where an object dematerializes from one place and
It is not the same object. Look, you guys, I'm gonna share something right here. So, my beautiful girlfriend, she ended up getting me something for our anniversary, and this is just the perfect time to use this. Here it is. You ready? Oh my god, dude! All of this is orchestrated. All of this is orchestrated. First of all, for some reason, this guy decides to walk up against the wall, but the one opening in the ceiling is where this falls through. It's not even the same object. And they don't even try to investigate. They actually leave the room. What kind of investigators are these guys? I don't think these guys are investigators at all. I think they are trying to, do this urban exploration, and they just have a bunch of, possibly, I'm not going to say a bunch of friends, but they probably have one or two around that is not on camera doing all of this, because they're not even actually investigating nothing. But let's finish this video.
appears in another. And the fact that it's a cradle is a chillingly symbolic warning, giving the local legend of a jinn that hunts children. With their hearts in their throats, they knew it was time to get the hell out of there before they became the mansion's next tragic story. But as they were about to skedaddle, the entity had one last conjuring-style trick up its sleeve.
Another one last.
Take a look.
Okay.
Selamun aleyküm. Bir sıkıntı yok Mesut. 30 FPS'e düşürdüm.
Another cradle?
Hala birisi geliyor gibi. Selamun aleyküm. Lan! Lan bir şey oluyor lan. Vallahi bir şey oluyor. Lan! Lan ne oluyor? Allah! Allah euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 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 Tamam çıkıyorum lan çıkıyorum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 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 Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
After a couple of near misses, they finally make it out with bruised egos and an experience they can only wish makes them stronger. But what do you make of this? Real poltergeist activity, or a bunch of dudes with too much time on their hands? Let us know in the comments.
Allah euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Let's just keep it
Number
moving.
3. Not alone after all. It was just another quiet Friday afternoon. A guy hanging out at home with his dog. Everything was normal. Until the dog started acting off. According to the friend who later posted the footage on Reddit, the pup wouldn't take his eyes off the open closet, almost like someone else was in the house. The only problem? The guy lives alone. Naturally, he grabs his phone and goes to check it out. But what he records would make anyone second-guess living solo. Let's watch.
Jackson is like laser-ass focused on this right now. He won't, like, you alright? Mm-hmm. I know. I think something's wrong. I hear noises, but I'm not even sure. Are you kidding me right now? There is no way that just happened. There is no way that just happened. There is no way.
The object flying off the shelf is especially creepy, since they were the only ones in the house. Plus, the closet doesn't look big enough to hide an accomplice. But for some reason, he plays it cool, shrugging it off as one of those wild moments. But then, just a few days later, his paranormal roomie came to pay him another visit.
What's wrong? Jackson. Jackson. What's wrong? There's banging and stuff. What the fuck? Jackson.
Pets are known for their ability to sense energies and entities way before humans catch wind of them. And once again, it was his dog that pulled him to the storage room. Granted, even a gentle breeze could have closed that door that way. But how do you explain the hanged coat getting tugged? Our guy had only just moved into the place, and creepy incidents like these weren't exactly part of his housewarming plan. So he didn't stick around long enough to make even more videos. He found a new place and moved out. Meanwhile, commenters continue to wonder if he'd overreacted by moving out so quickly, or if he was wise to get out before things escalated into something much darker. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
What I think is they're using the dog to make a paranormal content video because they know that, much like myself, especially when I react to videos, you can't really teach a dog certain things, but you could trick them. You could definitely trick him. The first video, he doesn't even investigate. He doesn't even show us if there is any way possible that we could, if that could happen. For example, what if there's a hole, there's a hole on the other side of the wall. Somebody just flinged it. Or somebody yanked the string and made that happen because he didn't really go inside the closet. Same thing with the storage with the other room. except this time the dog was barking. I think all of this was orchestrated. And, Sleep is Canceled has amazing content, amazing um the way how he says, the narrative way of saying things. Amazing, amazing. He can make a bogus video seem so interesting to watch. But all of this, it could be orchestrated, you guys. I think they're just playing tricks on the dog. The dog is innocent, but I think all of this is orchestrated.
Number 2. Possessed or stoned. In the small municipal town of Tonaya, Mexico, something quite bizarre happened on just another Sunday morning. Not only did this strange event see almost half of the police unit and the fire department unite over
saw
something
this.
that was reported as a noise complaint, but the whole neighborhood seemed invested, with people peeking out their windows and recording on their phones. Here's what was caught that morning. A young girl is seen being dragged out of the house in cuffs, with 2 officers holding her down like she just tried to hack the Pentagon. But the strangest detail, she's absolutely soaked, and the apartment behind her is flooded. At first, you'd think firefighters had just saved her from a blaze, but reports claim the hoses weren't for putting out flames. They were for her. She was so violent that spraying her down was the only way officers could get even a yard close to her. Which begs the question, why would police risk frying the family's appliances just to detain one girl? Well, the answer might be in this detail. Her face looks ghostly pale, her eyes pitch black, like something out of a possession movie. And if that wasn't enough to chill the entire street, what happened next sealed it. Just as they'd set her by the curb to tend her wounds. Creepy or not, you've got to admit, whatever demonic entity had a hold of her has better gutturals than Danny Filth. Was that its last-ditch effort to scare the officers into letting its new host go? It's like a scene straight out of The Exorcist. So what's the verdict? A demon throwing a final tantrum before being evicted? Or the most committed method actress since Daniel Day-Lewis? You be the judge of this one. Let us know your theories in the comments below.
All right, so my theory is that's the first time I saw that part of the video. So the whole pale face thing, it was because, the movement of the camera, the lighting and all of this, it gave that kind of effects, but I never believed that it was anything to do, possibly even edited in, the paleness of the face or whatnot, whatever. But yes, apparently the firefighter were called, but this is the first time I received this kind of information on this particular video. So it just raises the question, like, because I didn't realize that, any people are crazy out there. They were, she was probably trying to murk her whole family, whatever. People are crazy over there. Why the fire department was called in? Who knows? Maybe she was, trying to burn down the house. Who knows? Who knows? But the thing is, now the last part when she was grunting and all this, it could be either one of two things that we've seen it time and time again, especially with Merc cases, when they try to act as though they are insane so they could get a lighter sentence. So this is Mexico. I'm not sure how all of this procedure is conducted out there, especially, the firefighters were called in to spray down the girl so she could stop acting a certain way. I've never heard of this before. Never heard of this before. But regardless, that little piece of detail in the end where she was grunting, it's a good possibility that she might have been possessed by something. I just feel as though the story is not being told correctly. I feel like there is a major piece of information that we might never find out that is missing to put this puzzle together. Could have she been possessed? Sure. How everything was done to that point is the question. But anyway, let's continue on.
Number 1. The Pram on Show. On the 30th of August 2025, the auction house RWB Auctions posted a TikTok that left customers less interested in bidding and more interested in burning sage. Strangely, the video had nothing to do with their latest collections or best sellers. Instead, it was about what their CCTV cameras caught at stupid o'clock in the morning. Take a look.
WTF did we just see?
At around 2 a.m., a pram casually rolls into frame, triggering the security system and making its way around the sales room. But here's where it gets stranger. You'd think, in a room full of antiques, the haunted candidate would be some creepy Victorian doll, an old mirror, or maybe a cursed painting. But according to management, this pram is actually new. Well, relatively new, from the 1950s, and has been sitting in their collection without any problems until now. Not taking chances, the sales room brought in a psychic medium to figure out what they were up against. Because let's be honest, a haunted pram casually wheeling itself around is unsettling enough. But leave it unchecked, and you might end up with a full-blown paranormal playground on your hands.
Hand-like shape that forms out of the darkness. Look at the glass on the cabinet. Everything in the room has a reflection, except for the figure. It's a solid, dark shape with no reflection at all. The toy moving isn't a haunting, it's an invitation. But when that invitation is ignored...
All right, you guys. So, CCTV cameras caught a moving object, a cradle, pram. Didn't even know that was called a pram. What I thought was the light flickering in the other room was possibly a, due to the reflection services, especially, if there was some sort. Oh, that almost as though like if you was to record your cell phone being on, you would see like this kind of blinking stuff. If you're recording your own, like if you're recording your phone. They didn't mention the potential orb, which is good, but I don't know. I have seen and come across places that would create certain paranormal activity so they could get more customers. going into this place. It is not, it's not a secret. A lot of places, even a lot of places that are deemed, a paranormal location, and they're making bank because everybody just wants to go there and investigate. They say certain things, they do certain things so they could get a customer to come back and keep on going. So due to it being a CCTV security camera, we just get what we get, and there's nothing else to it. But could have that been pulled? Yeah, that could have been pulled. Um, that's about it. Like, I really don't even. I don't know. I don't know. Sleep is canceled is not the one to blame. They do amazing content. I enjoy their content all the time. I have a bunch of videos reacting to their videos. But sometimes they come across these videos that either they find or people just sent to them, and they utilize it to make a video that, a paranormal investigator like myself would deem. Yo, I'm gonna do this right. Yeah. I'm gonna play the crap out of that. But yeah, you guys, if you are enjoying this kind of content, please do what you do when you like a video. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.